Welcome back everyone to Blender and Unreal Engine becoming a dungeon prop artist, and this is where we left it off. Now what I want to do is I want to come to where it says image or movie, and what I want to do is I want to put this on Veroni, and you're going to end up with something like this. Just put it on object mode just so we can see what we're doing. Now if you come back over to now this little spanner, you'll see that when I turn my strength up, I can actually have control now of how this actually looks. Now let's go back once again to our actual texture, and what I'm going to do is I can actually change the intensity down or up. So now I've got enough strength on there and I can do it all from here basically. So let's come down to where it says color ramp, click the color ramp on, and then what I want to do is I want to grab this one, pull it there, and then pull the other one over to the other side. And what you're going to get now is that actual lumpiness that you're actually looking for. Now the problem is at the moment is, yeah, it's lumpy and all that, but it's not quite big enough. So we can actually change the size down now to actually get a lot more lumpiness out of it. And we can also change this intensity down a little bit, like so. Now all I need to do is I just need to go back to my displacement modifier and just need to bring this down just a little bit. So let's put it on 0.02, something like that. And I think maybe a little bit further down. So let's try 0.04, something like that should be absolutely fine. And I think now what I'll do is I'll come and just make it a little bit more, actually, not that much, 0.008, 0.08, like so. There we go. All right, now let's go back once again to our little texture. And now what you can do is you can actually bring in another pointer. So if I press Control, click anywhere around here, and then you'll see when I move this, it actually starts now bringing them in and actually making some real variations in our actual mesh. And that is exactly the kind of look that we're actually going for. Now what I want to do is I just want to bring down the intensity of it. So I'm going to hold Shift and bring down this intensity just a little bit, like so. And now you can see it's looking a little bit more like that actual look. Now also, let's actually mess around with the size. So I'm going to bring that up, holding Shift, like so. And bearing in mind, don't take too much stock of what actually, these little round pieces look like. We're not actually going for that. What we're trying to do is get some lumpiness and variations. All right, so now I've got that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to press Alt-H, bring everything back, and I'm going to actually bring this into my actual treasure on top of my actual chest. So if I press Shift-S, cursor selected, Shift-A, let's bring in a plane. So let's press 7 to go over the top of it. Let's press the S button to bring it down. Let's press S and Y to bring it in, like so. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually subdivide it. So if I press Tab, right-click, subdivide, and just keep subdividing it until you're happy with it. So maybe one more, something like that should be absolutely fine. And now I should be able to do is I should be able to press Ctrl-A, all transforms, right-click, so origin geometry, displacement again, add displacement, like so. And then we're going to actually click the down arrow and we're going to put it on treasure coins. I'm just going to check the lumpiness. It's 0.08, so I'll do the same thing. In fact, what I could have done is just copy the modifier over. So if I actually grab this one last, press Ctrl-L, you can see that I've got one which says, should have copy modifiers, bring that in, and then that'll do that for me, making it much, much easier for me. As well, the best thing is I've also inherited, I click on this, all of the actual textures as well. So that's really, really cool. All right, so let's now grab this. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our displacement and I'm going to press Ctrl-A and just apply that. And now you'll see that we've got, let's have a look, 152,000 polygons. Now, that's not something we really want. It's a little bit too high. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in another modifier, and this time it's going to be a decimate. Let's bring our decimate down to something like 0.1. Let's try that. So bring it down to 0.1. That's not really doing it. So can we remesh it instead? So let's go for a remesh. Let's put it on smooth and let's turn this up now on the remesh first of all. So I want to remesh it and then I'll decimate it down and then it should actually work out much, much better for me. So let's bring it up to maybe 9, something like that. All right, so now let's press Ctrl-A, apply that, and it should be a million polygons at the moment. And now we should go down and basically decimate it. So let's put it down to 0.1, something like that. Bring it right down. Let it think about it. It's going to take a little bit of time to actually do this. And then let's press Ctrl-A. And then we should have this down to, let's have a look once we've done it. So add modifier, let's go to decimate now. And we can see we're down to 92,000. Now let's put this on 0.1 again. like so. And now I think that that should be much better. So if I press Control A now, hover over it, should end up with something like this. Now let's, at the moment, before we do anything else, let's go to our UV map. Let's press U and unwrap. And let it think about it and unwrap it all. And you can see we're unwrapping like this in the moment. And the reason is because we've got this bottom on here. Now this bottom is something that we really don't want. So what I need to do is, I'm happy with actually how this is. I'm just not happy with how smooth it is or anything like that. So I really want to grab this, cut it off like a little bit above here, and then basically keep that as it is. So let's actually do that now. So if I press 1, and what I'm going to do is press Z, wireframe, and now let's come and to mesh, and where is it? Bisect, and let's just cut that off around here, and let's make sure that we're happy with where it is. So we can see our bisect here needs to be on 0, and there we go. And I'm just going to check, and you can see I need to pull it up a little bit. So as I pull it up, you can see now all of that disappears except this dot here. So I'm going to pull it up a little bit more. I'm just looking actually, there we go. Now it's all disappeared. And now when we cut this now, you can see if I press Z, go into solid, you can see it's cut it all away while leaving us that nice, smoothish kind of shape that we wanted. And now you'll see that I just want to kind of smooth these off a little bit. So can I come up to vertex? And yeah, I'm thinking actually kind of smooth these off. Let's think about this. Going to smooth it off. I'm just going to try and smooth them off a little bit. Actually, I'm not going to mess around with it. I think they're going to be fine. I think I'm messing around with it a little bit too much. I think I'm happy with it. All I want to do is just smooth off this kind of mount. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab them, come to vertex, come to smooth vertices, and now you'll see that we've smoothed that off. If I actually bring this out, now you can see that I can bring it back, or I can smooth it down like that. And now if you press tab, you'll see that's what you're going to end up with. Let's shade it smooth, and there you go. That's what you're actually looking for. Exactly that. Now, any of these parts like this, where you want to fix them, where they're a little bit too jagged or anything like that, just go in and bring it out and just try and smooth them off just a little bit like so. But it should come down as though it looks as though they're, you know, kind of coming out a little bit. So a little bit uneven is what I'm saying. And I think now, apart from this bit, that looks absolutely really nice, actually. All right, let's press 1 and bring it down to the floor like so. And there we go. Now, let's see if we can get this unwrapped now. So if I press tab, A to grab everything, U, unwrap, there we go. It's actually unwrapped really nicely. Now, let's come to this one, and pretty much, I don't even think we need to do as much with this one. All we need to do is we need to go over, apply our displacement, and now let's actually right-click Shape Smooth. I'm just thinking that that's probably okay as it is. You might want to smooth it off a tiny bit. And the other thing is, of course, we've got way too many polygons. So let's actually fix those. So decimate, we're on 4,096 polygons. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to be okay with that. So I'm going to leave both of those now. I think they're good to go. And let's now come and put on our actual gold. So if I put this on material just for now, let it load up. And then what I'll do is I'll come to this one, come to my actual material, click the down arrow. I'm going to search actually for coins. So if I press COI, you can see I've got this one that says gold coins. And there we go. Now let's do the same thing on this one. So I'm going to click the down arrow. Again, search for coins. Click it on. Double tap the A. And you can see that this one here, I didn't unwrap it. So I need to unwrap it. So let's press U, unwrap. And there we go. You can see now that's looking a ton better. Now what we need to do is I need to bring my guy here and check the actual scaling. So we can see actually with these gold coins, these actually look absolutely fine. They're about the right size. But with these gold coins, they're a little bit out, as you can see. So I basically want to match these up. So if I press tab on this one, I'm going to press S, bring them out a little bit, and just try and match them up to be kind of the right size for this. All right, so that's looking really nice. Now what we'll do finally on the next one is we'll actually get some gold coins around the bottom. We'll actually get our treasure sat in this treasure chest, and then they should be finished. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're really happy with how yours has turned out, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.